Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm sure we've been together in previous fora. I would like to welcome you to the Ateneo de Manila campus. As you can see, it's a quiet campus. Very good for thinking about serious and difficult problems like Metro Manila's traffic, and which is why we chose this particular atmosphere so that you will have the freedom to talk, to exchange, and even debate a little bit, because I know that many of the issues that we deal with in Metro Manila are contentious. And as Linda has said, we have very good partners today of government and academe and the private sector, the NGOs also. And we would like this to be fruitful to you. So what we would like you to do is to listen, try to be open to new ideas, but also tell us about your experience and the issues and concerns that you have so that we can discuss them openly. I think talking and doing something about traffic and transport in Metro Manila is just like janitorial work. You just have to do it every day, right? I mean, you cannot just do it once a month or once a year. It's something that we have to continuously keep improving. And I think we are in a good position to do that. I've been involved in MMDA's work on traffic and transport, and I've seen the serious effort of MMDA, DOTC, DPWH, and the local governments to really get together on this thing. And I think that is the most important factor in helping solve the Metro Manila transport problem, that the agencies involved are willing. And also that the private sector has been helping. If you look at the traffic navigator of TV5 and you look at Waze, I don't know if you are familiar with these. Is anybody using Waze, W-A-Z-E? Where using your Android, you can see the real-time traffic situation on any road in Metro Manila. Where does the information come from? It comes from other motorists who have gone ahead of you. And so I use it on my Android. I can see whether Libis is 15 kph or 20 kph or 5 kph. So many of us may not even be aware of this, but the public out there, the motorists out there are already using these. There is also OpenStreet, where Metro Manilans are already mapping the facilities in the transport facilities in Metro Manila and what can be done about it. We also have Para sa Tabi, which is another website which is now trying to ask Metro Manilans, what are your dream destinations? Where do you want to go? So they are inventorying this so that eventually they will be able to give us alternative maps of doing this better. And as you can see, this is private sector trying to help the people do something about it. We in New Mobility here are trying to create constituencies that will try to solve the problems of Metro Manila. I think maybe Danielle will talk about this later on, but we have been doing some smart mapping where we get people from a particular community. Recently we did this in Ortigas, where we put them on 4 tables with big, large maps on tarpaulin, and they try to identify what are the facilities. The tricycle stands, the pedestrian overpasses, the sidewalks that are cut, and things like that. And after appreciating the facilities, they then begin to think of, why can't we have improvements here? So they identify the improvements. Once they identify the improvements, the next question is, but who is going to fund this? Can government fund this? How about the private sector? And once they've gone through that, then they ask the question, how do we bring policy to be hospitable to these ideas? And so I think that's one of the things that can be done. And I'm happy to note that in the last sortie that we had in Ortigas, ADB was our host, and just to get the people a feel of the environment, we walked them around and we walked through the the part between ADB and EDSA, and we had a difficulty there because some of these paths are just one-person path. So since we were a group, when we went through there, the rest of the people who were waiting on the other side could not pass through. And that was ADB's wall preventing us from. And so in that forum itself, which was hosted by ADB, opening remarks by ADB, participated by ADB, and closed by ADB, we were telling them, you have to please help us solve this problem, and maybe you can move your wall 2 meters or 3 meters just to get. And they were amazed that we could identify such a thing in that forum. We could not have done that if we did not go through this process. We see a lot of things when we walk the ground. And we are also telling our friends in the transport and traffic sector, let's walk and see the problems our people. Better yet, let the people come in and give us suggestions. And I think these fora that we are doing right now are in that spirit. It's about sharing information so that the ideas that we have are mature, are complete, and are accepted. And that way, all of these ideas are owned and they are easier to implement. And so my idea is that we learn, but we also share so that we can also learn from you. Thank you very much.